Welcome to The Friend I Wish I Had, the show that was made for listeners everywhere, looking for some company in the uncertainty of this thing called life. You will hear stories of personal events, lived experiences, and resilience. Stories that remind you that you are not alone. When you feel there is no one to talk to, you will find a story to hold on to, like the friend you wish you had. I am your host, Sandy Falcon, and I am honored to be the friend I wish I had. Let's begin. Hey everyone. This week was an interesting week for me. It was a week of a sort of overwhelm that had taken over me. And the overwhelming feeling, the only way I could describe it, because I describing it to a friend, was I felt like I was a car that was driving on empty. And I was looking for the nearest gas station. I didn't think that I could make it on this journey that I had to continue on, and I was running out of gas. So I felt like I didn't know where I was going to be able to fuel myself to continue on my journey. Now, the metaphor here is the journey is life. The gas tank, I would assume, is my self care and self love. And I wasn't sure where to get that. So I found that my tank was being filled bit by bit by connection. So I connected with a few of my friends who actually had started to send me messages to ask how I was doing and how I was feeling, which meant the world to me because I think we all know that when we get into our moments of overwhelm, the first thing that we do is isolate and we want to get away from everybody because we don't feel like being around people. We're in this place where we feel that we need to be alone, and alone is better than being around people, which is actually the opposite of what we should be doing. We should be connecting with people and talking to people and allowing people to listen to us and basically allowing ourselves to vent. And it doesn't mean that your friends or anyone has to fix you or has to heal you. What it does do is when you're talking about these things out loud, you're releasing them, and your friends are able to give you advice if that's what it takes. And even if not, I think the simple action of opening up is healing all in itself. So I had already done the venting part to one of my friends who was also going through a lot of stuff. And she ended up messaging me a few days later and checking in on me. And the same with another friend who does this weekly check in with me and says, "How are you doing? And what have you done for yourself?" So I felt that these connections were all I needed to continue my journey in life, regardless of the overwhelm that I was feeling. And I'm very grateful for that. I've come away from that awful feeling of not knowing which way was out. So I am thankful for my friends for checking in on me. I am thankful that I also vented and put it out in the universe that I wasn't feeling okay. And I also want you, my friends, to know that you're not alone. People are overwhelmed everywhere for different reasons. Different things are happening to people. Um, it's kind of like that example of the duck on water. You see that duck looks completely calm on the surface, but underneath their feet are moving so fast to keep them moving, right? So it's basically the way I had been feeling at this moment in life. And I am happy that I was able to find connection with my friends and that I also reminded myself that I needed it to look inward towards myself and ask myself, had I meditated recently, which I hadn't done that in a long time. Had I journaled at all? I had not done that in a long time. And my path always is, I think, smoother when I'm closer to God. And I believe that I've put God kind of on the back burner. I've kind of pushed away or gone off of that path that keeps me close to God. So I looked for that path again and I got back onto it. And I feel much more supported and faithful and happy. And I know that I'm going to be okay. So I appreciate you all for tuning in. I want to remind you all that you are not alone. If you are a believer and you have faith, then I say revisit revisit your position and your relationship with God. Also, reach out to your friends. You can vent without complaining, and it's okay. And even if it is complaining, it's okay. Talk to somebody. You'll be okay. We all will be okay. And if talking isn't your thing to do, then feel free to shoot me an email. You can do so at sandy@sandyfalcon.com. You can read my blogs and posts. My website is www.thefriendiwishihad.com. Reach out to somebody. You're not alone. You don't have to live life on proving that you're strong. We all know that everybody is strong. We are all strong in our own way. And holding somebody's hand doesn't make you weak. If anything, it makes you stronger because you have somebody with you. So, with that, I leave you this week. I hope that you all check in with somebody. I'd be happy for you to check in with me. I'm always here. Have yourselves a wonderful week, and we'll talk again soon. Bye. Well, that's all for today's episode of The Friend I Wish I Had. Thank you for listening. Please join me again so we can continue to keep each other company. Be sure to subscribe to my podcast and don't forget to visit my website and get an extra dose of friendship. Talk to you soon. Bye.